If you have spent any time at all on social media over the past couple of weeks, chances are you have seen Labubu. And if you clicked on this video, chances are also that you are slightly obsessed with Labubu. I am no different. I have fallen hard down the Labubu rabbit hole, and today I want to make a bunch of things related to the fluffy little monsters. So hi everyone and welcome to another video on my channel. So very happy to see all of you today. So I have known about Labubu for a while, but I've been sort of in the camp of like, it's trendy, so I'm not interested, you know how it goes. But then I asked myself, Shai, what do you really think about them? Because if I look at them, I'm like, this should be right up my alley. This should be my jam. Little angry yet happy and mischievous looking fluffy creatures. What is there not to love? So then I looked at them again, and turns out they are, in fact, my jam. So here I am, a few weeks deep into a full-blown obsession with 0 Labubus to my name. Actually, that is half a lie because I made one and I have one coming in the mail, but the mail is slow. But I made one, and today I want to make a bunch of things. I want to make some stuff for her and maybe make her a friend as well, because if you know anything about Labubus, you know how they have been impossible to get your hands on lately, and reseller prices are hefty. So I figured, why not make some? I have yarn, I can crochet, I can make some. So what we are doing today, my plan, is a couple of accessories like little hats and bags, and also maybe some tops or cardigans. And if my actual Labubu makes it here before I need to wrap up filming for this video, I'm gonna make her some sewn clothes too. But yeah, I'll yap more about my new obsession at the end of the video. So let's just get on with making some stuff for my Labubu, shall we? Yeah, let's go. The first thing I want to make today is a little cardigan for my Bubu. This was linked in the channel's Discord and I just had to get on making it straight away. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, Labubu V-neck cardigan by Sarah E. Brown, and I have it linked in the description. It's the tiniest little Raglan cardigan. It's so stinking cute, constructed just like a human cardigan, but absolutely tiny. I spent about an hour on this project and it was just so much fun. I can't get over it's an actual little cardigan. No shortcuts taken here. After binding it off, I added on a snap button and then sewed on some doll buttons so it looks like it's buttoned up, and now we can try it on. OMG, it's the perfect size. This is so cute, holy fluff. And my crow boo-boo doesn't have to be cold anymore. After that, I wanted to be ridiculous and extra, so I started on a very, very tiny granny square tote bag. These are little 2-row squares made with a 2mm hook and fingering weight yarn, and this was also super fun, but ended up taking a lot longer to do than the cardigan does. Anyone else always do the little brain fart thing where you finish your squares and you're like, great, I'm almost done, but then you realize the actual finishing is going to take longer than making the squares? Because I always do that. It's actually so bad, but at least we're having fun, right? Again, no shortcuts taken with this one. It's constructed just like my strawberry bag, although in retrospect I wish I would have made this into a 10 square bag like my Sakura purse, because it turned out a little bit long for a Labubu to carry around. But yeah, it turned out really cute. It's a really tiny tote bag and my Labubu looks like she's about to head out to the shops. But she didn't want to go shopping all on her lonesome, so she asked for a friend. Luckily, I have this fluffy yarn, so let's make a second Labubu, or Crow-bubu, Crow-fufu. Anyway, view this as a loose guide on how I make mine, as I followed some different tutorials for different parts and used them together, and I've also added some of my own things to it too. I made the body using a pattern by Crochethea, which is also linked in the description. It's a Chibi body base, and I have modified it slightly by making the arms and head a little bit shorter, but otherwise I followed it pretty much to a T. So first I made the legs one at a time, which you can tell from the footage is impossible to show with this yarn. You can feel your stitches, but seeing them, good luck with that. Either way, I attached the 2 legs together and then worked on the body. In this pattern, the head and the body are made in one piece, so that's my next step. Although I redid it many times because with this yarn I had a hard time getting the increases right. We did get there in the end though, so yay! We also had quality control checks here, and while he's been skeptical of the first Labubu I made, he's in love with this yarn, so this passed the checks no problem. But yeah, oh my goodness, that's a finished body. Look at how fluffy it is. Now let's make the little arms. And then the ears. These I've come up with myself, and again, it's impossible to see what I'm doing, but it's a regular leaf shape kind of thing. I've put the instruction on the screen and in the description, but basically chain 7, skip 1 and single crochet 3, then half double crochet 2, place 4 half double crochets in the last stitch, turn to work the other side of the chain, half double crochet 2, single crochet 3, and slip stitch and fasten off. The inner ear is exactly the same but over 5 stitches. So chain 5, skip 1, single crochet 2, half double crochet 1, half double crochet 4 times into the last stitch, turn to work the second side, half double crochet 1, single crochet 2 and slip stitch and fasten off. Now we're going to make the face, and for that I'm using a cotton yarn and a thinner hook. Also, I'm using a basic guide for making an oval from supergurumi.com, also linked in the description. When I felt like my oval was big enough, I simply band it off and moved on to making the little hands. This is also a part I came up with myself, and it's 6 single crochets in a magic ring. Slip stitch to the first stitch to close the ring. Chain 3. Skip first chain, slip stitch into the next 2 chains, slip into the next 2 stitches. Chain 3. Skip the first chain, slip into the next 2 chains, slip into the next stitch and chain 3. Repeat the instructions for one more finger after this, then slip into the next 2 stitches and finish off. Make the second hand the same way but mirrored. For the feet, I made an oval by chaining 6, skipping the first, and then I single crocheted 4, and then I single crocheted 4 in the last stitch. Then I single crocheted 4 again along the second side of the chain. On the second round, I single crocheted 4, chain 2, slip in the second chain, then slip in the next stitch, chain 2, slip in the second chain, slip in the next stitch, chain 2, slip in the second chain, and then I single crochet to the end of the round. For the round after that, I worked in only the back loops and single crocheted 4, then into the stitch between the first 2 toes, into the stitch between the second and third toe, and then I single crochet the rest of the stitches. Lastly, I did 1 round of just decreases before fastening off. Then it is time to make the eyes. I made a little sketch of an eye and then I used that as a template to transfer onto a piece of felt. Then I embroidered it with regular embroidery floss, first the outline with the iris and then I filled it in with black. Lastly, I added a French knot to make some shine. Then I cut the eyes out with a bit of seam allowance, notched the seam allowance and started sewing it to the face oval. I just sew around it with very small stitches in white, as I'll be doing a little bit of an outline for it later. Then I made a long smiling mouth, and this looks goofy right now, but trust the process, trust the process. Then I did some form of surface crochet to add eyebrows. I don't know if this is actually how you surface crochet because I've never tried it, but this worked well for the eyebrows, so here we go. After that I added the nose. And then I added the teeth. Labubu has 9 teeth, so I wanted to make sure I got them all where I want them, so I'm trying out placement with pins first. And then I embroidered them as well with embroidery floss. Lastly, I added the outlines around the eyes and also around the teeth. This is kind of what brings it together to actually resemble a Labubu. Before this, they just kind of look scary and goofy, so sorry about the nightmare fuel. Then I sew the face to the head, pinned in place, making sure to keep it straight, and then I added the inner ears to the outer ears, wrapping the outer ear in a little on the inner ear. I also gave the ears a bit of a haircut because this fluff was a bit too long for the ears, and then I sewed them on right next to each other on top of the head. After the ears were done, I added the hands to the arms and then attached the arms to the body, and then of course the feet were added to the legs. A finishing touch I add to my Labubus is a blush. I use dry pastels for this and just kind of brush it on as if it was actual makeup. And just like that, we have a new Labubu friend. They look so happy together, OMG. Let's get on with our next project though. I want to make a little beanie, and this is also a pattern that can be found on Ravelry from the All About Army blog. This was a really easy and fun little make, and I decided to use some rainbow self-striping yarn for it. Although this one has pretty long colour repeats, so we didn't get the entire rainbow in here, but that's fine. I love self-striping yarn. It's like a little reward every time we get something happening with the colours, and it's just so much fun seeing your project grow. After making a long strip of ribbing, I slip stitched the piece together and then finished the bottom edge. And that is a finished little beanie! It's open in the top to allow for the ears to stick out, but unfortunately this turned out a little too small for my crochet Labubus, but I think it'll fit my Choo Choo great when she gets here. But now I feel like Tofu needs something to wear as well. I'm going to cast on a fluffy cardigan in some of my Drops Air yarn, and I'm using the same cardigan pattern as I did for my first cardigan. I did however modify it to make up for the yarn being a lot thicker, and I put some notes on that in my project page on Ravelry. This yarn is super soft and cozy though, and I think it'll fit the white crochet Labubu great. I still can't get over how cute it is with the tiny raglans. For this one I decided to also swap the increases for a make one left and make one right in the raglans. And for the finishing touch in this one, I added ribbon to close it with instead of buttons. I have this organza ribbon in my stash and it's almost a perfect colour match, so I thought it would go great with the cardigan. And that's the second cardigan all done. I also gave Tofu a necklace, aka one of my bracelets, because I think it fits her vibe perfectly. The very last thing I did was I got a sudden urge to make some stickers. Unfortunately, I didn't think to film this for the video, so here's some quick footage from the TikTok I made about it. But yeah, stickers! Alright, we made some stuff today and I am pretty pleased with everything we made, everything we accomplished. Unfortunately, my actual Labubu is still in the mail, and so we'll have to make a part 2 to this video for the sewing, but that's okay. That's totally okay in my opinion. I am more than happy to do some more Labubuing in a future video. But to recap what we did today, we did a tiny tote bag, tiny tote bag. We made a hat that doesn't fit any of my crochet Labubus, but will totally fit my real Labubu. So I will show this again once we have her so you can actually see. And if she arrives before this video goes up, I'm just gonna include a clip of her wearing it. But yeah, this is probably gonna fit an actual Labubu, but it doesn't fit this one, unfortunately. We also made 2 Labubu cardigans using the same pattern, but I modified it for a thicker yarn for my second one. But we made 2 Labubu cardigans, and we also made an entire second Labubu. Her name is Tofu, by the way. I am really happy with these. They are so cute. But we also made some stickers because I can't help myself. I need to stick Labubus to everything right now. I just want them everywhere. I'm so obsessed. But anyway, we made some stickers and I made some sticker packs. These are up in my Ko-fi, as well as a pre-order for crochet Labubus because I have had some people asking, so I figured I might as well post them. So there is a pre-order up for those as well. But yeah, there are stickers. I made sticker packs with Labubu, and I'm calling them holding hands because they're holding hands. But yeah, that's up on my Ko-fi, linked in the description if you're interested. I want to chat a little bit about like my current obsession or my Labubu story or whatever. So originally I was gonna make a video about bag charms in general, and then I was like, maybe I should get a Labubu for that video to like make her some accessories just for the fun of it. For the video, they're trending. They are kind of the it thing for purse accessories at the moment, and that's where I really started looking at them properly and realized I do actually like them, like a lot. And since then it's been a total rabbit hole of nothing but Labubu in my brain. I have been having fun with like looking at them and learning about different releases and realizing there is a little bit of lore attached to it, watching videos, unboxings, looking at cute little outfits to make or buy, you know, the whole finding a new thing. I've been getting to do that. It's been really good me for the past 2 weeks. So I bought one off of Vinted, but she's obviously not here yet, so I also made myself a couple of Labubus. Like we saw in the video, I made these 2, and OMG, I tried, like before buying the one off of Vinted, I tried, just like everyone else on the internet who's into Labubu, I tried to score one Labubu from the newest Big Into Energy release. It came out now 2 weeks ago, because I had my mind set on one of those being the first Labubu I actually buy, because they're all really pretty. I like the whole set. I actually like all of the whole sets, but I really like the whole set, and I figured it would be fun to get your first Labubu straight off of Pop Mart. I got up at 4 a.m. because that is when the release happens for me here in Sweden, and I had it in my cart already from the day before, and so I had it in my cart. I was ready to go. I've been in online release things before. I've been in EGL fashion and been in those releases, and you have to be quick. I know how to be quick when buying something in a web shop on release, but if you are in the Labubuverse, you know how this release went down. But if you're not, let me explain to you. Everything crashed. Everything crashed. The website crashed. Carts were suddenly empty for people, me included. Then not empty again. Site didn't update. When you clicked update, it just got stuck and just thought for a long time, and I actually got through to the payment page, which is where you're supposed to be safe with like your transaction. If you get to the payment page, you're locked in for 15 minutes, but that completely threw me out of that page into your account page, and there was no order gone through. I had no order, and then basically everything was sold out within 10 seconds. So I didn't get one, and I'm really bummed. I was really upset, especially since I got through to like the safe page, you know, but I didn't get it. So yeah, after that I managed to get one of the Have a Seat ones from Vinted, and she's currently on her way to me. She's somewhere in the postal system at the moment and will hopefully be here soon. I had hoped for her to be here for the video, but such is life. Like I said, we get to do a second video at some point for sewing, but that's fine. But yeah, as a person who tends to get very into new things when I get into something, I am trying to go slow with this new obsession. One thing I try to keep in mind is Pop Mart is good at scarcity marketing and FOMO. It does work. I do feel FOMO, but coming from a background of 20 years of collecting vintage vintage My Little Ponies, where we actually have true scarcity because they have not been made. The last ones were made in like 92, 93. They are from the 80s. They are not being made anymore. There's actually a limited amount of them in the world. I know that if I really want something, I can get it at some point. It's fine. I know I can. So I don't have to rush into this. This feels like an interest that will stick past the online hype because it kind of takes all of my collecting boxes. You know, it ticks all the boxes for me. But if this doesn't stick for me, at least I will only have bought like a couple of Labubus maybe and managed to form an attachment to them so that I will actually want to keep them even if I'm not super into them anymore. So they'll mean something to me instead of having 40 odd Labubus that I spent way too much on way too fast and then can't sell on because the hype died down and nobody wants them anymore. So I'd rather wait for the hype to go away so I can have them all to myself. I think that's about it for today, to be honest. Do you like Labubus though? Do you like them? Which one is your favorite or highest up on your wish list if you have a wish list? I absolutely adore Mococo, the pink one. The blue dress version is so precious, and I also really like the Let's Checkmate Queen Labubu. But if you are not into Labubus, thank you for watching anyway. What's something else you've recently fallen in love with? Could be a hobby, could be a franchise, could be music, could be anything. Let us know in a comment down below, or if you don't feel like chatting, that's completely fine too. Go ahead and leave some green or forest themed emojis because Labubus are little forest elves after all. And while you are in the comments, please take a small second to like the video if you liked it, as that helps me out a ton with all of the YouTube stuff. Thank you. And also, like I mentioned, check out the links in my description for my Labubu sticker packs and also pre-order for crochet ones. They're going to be one of a kind and custom to you. So also, links to all of the patterns or guides I've used in this video are in the description as well, so check that out if you want to make some stuff for your Labubus. Also, if you are new here, hi, hello and welcome. I'm just going to keep Tofu up here. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I am super happy to have you here today, so thank you for being here. If you're new here and you would like to keep seeing what I get up to in the future with my future videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button down below and also ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. We do all kinds of fun things on here like project videos, tutorials, knit and crochet challenges, cozy vlogs, and we also have live crafting hangouts. So if any of this sounds like something for you, feel free to stick around and join the little cozy crafting Labubu club. It's not a Labubu club, it's actually just a crafting club, but today we have Labubus. But yeah, feel free to stick around, join the community here on the channel, and if you want to get extra cozy, we also have memberships open on the channel, and I also have a second channel if you like cozy gaming, where I post and stream Animal Crossing and also Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So if you like those games or cozy gaming in general, please also check that out. It's this one. Thank you for checking that out if you did. But yeah, that is all I had for today, so thank you all so very much for watching today and for being here, and I will now let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall go return to my Labubu rabbit hole. So you guys take care now, and I will see you again very soon in my next video. Bye!